All right, man. So the Dallas Cowboys lose to the New England Patriots, and I mean, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. I told everybody I didn't really understand why people kept on saying that Dallas had a chance of beating the New England Patriots. This is a Dallas team that has yet to be a legitimate team. They didn't beat Minnesota. They struggled a couple weeks ago. I mean, this is a Dallas Cowboys team that doesn't really look anything special. And I mean, isn't Jason Garrett is their head coach. But I mean, I told everybody, Jason Garrett's your head coach, and Dak Prescott being your quarterback on the Patriots. I mean, it just was not going to happen, man. I mean, look, like it's no way the Dallas Cowboys were going to go on the road in New England at Foxborough in cold weather and beat the New England Patriots. And it just didn't really make a lot of sense to me that people kept on saying that they had a chance because the Dallas Cowboys did not have a chance to beat the New England Patriots. I mean, look at the factors, man. I mean, that defense just absolutely shut down the Dallas Cowboys offense. That tripping call was BS. And man, listen, Amari Cooper got shut down. He had no catches at all. Dak Prescott. Everybody kept on making the case for Dak Prescott to be NFL MVP this year. Didn't have that good of a performance. Do you think they're gonna fire Jason Garrett? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think it depends on if they make it to the playoffs or not. But even if they do make it to the playoffs, I don't think they're gonna fire Jason Garrett. They're not firing Jason Garrett. The thing is that Jason Garrett has an expiring contract, so therefore he wouldn't be getting fired. They just want to re-sign him. He would just walk away. So can I see that happening? Yes, because I never can see Jerry Jones firing anybody. He's just too nice of a guy to fire anybody. But I can see Jerry Jones letting him walk and going across the street to Oklahoma and trying to get Lincoln Riley to coach for the Dallas Cowboys. I think Lincoln Riley would love coaching for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they have a lot of talent. Who would not want to coach for the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, they got arguably the best halfback in football. You got Dak Prescott, who is a solid quarterback. You got the best offensive line in football. So, I mean, who wouldn't want to coach for the Dallas Cowboys, man? But the fact that people thought that the Dallas Cowboys had a legit chance to upset the Patriots was absolutely absurd. It was absolute absurdity because look at that. Look what the New England Patriots did to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys offense couldn't get no rhythm going, no momentum, and they looked like they were not accustomed to playing in cold weather. Like Dak Prescott after halftime, he came out with gloves. So I mean, I told everybody Dallas had no shot at beating Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. Because look, it's no way you're going to tell me that Dak Prescott was going to go on the road in New England and beat the New England Patriots. No way. Especially with Jason Garrett as the head coach, man. So, I mean, I told everybody. I mean, just look at the stats, man. Dak Prescott didn't really have that good of a day passing, and Amari Cooper got shut down, and Ezekiel Elliott, for the most part, got shut down as well. So the New England Patriots did what the New England Patriots do best. They take away your best options, and they make you go to other players. And I mean, look what happened. Amari Cooper got shut down, and Ezekiel Elliott got shut down for the most part. So I mean, the New England Patriots did what they needed to do. They took away the Dallas Cowboys' best weapons, and the Dallas Cowboys were forced to go elsewhere, and I mean, they just didn't have a lot of success. Those are the biggest factors. And I mean, there's no way you're going to tell me the Dallas Cowboys were going to beat the New England Patriots when this is a Dallas Cowboys team that hasn't really beaten a good team all this year. I mean, I don't think they didn't beat Minnesota, they didn't beat Green Bay. So I mean, tell me a good team that Dallas has beat other than Philadelphia. So this Dallas Cowboys team is pretty mediocre to me at best, and if they make it to the playoffs, they're most likely going to end up losing in the wild card round unless something changes, man. Something has to change. I mean, the play. I mean, everybody's going to blame Kellen Moore on the play calling, but I don't think that's the problem. I just think it was poor execution. I just think that Jason Garrett and his Dallas Cowboys coaching staff just got out coached by the New England Patriots. I think that's all it is to it. Do you think Dak is going to get his money? No, I don't think he's going to get what he's asking for. I think he'll probably get 25 million, but I don't think he's going to get 40 million or whatever. You are pretty good. Appreciate that, Jacob Gills. But yeah, man, I tried to tell everybody that Dallas was not going to beat New England. Nobody wanted to listen to me. There's no way you could tell me that Jason Garrett being your head coach and Dak Prescott being your starting quarterback that you was going to go to New England, at New England, and upset the Patriots. Not going to happen. Now, the defense for Dallas was very, very good for the most part. The secondary play was very good. I mean, the pass rushers were Robert Quinn and Marcus Lawrence. They were causing Tom Brady and this offensive line for New England a lot of problems. And this is an offensive line that's fully healthy now. They got Isaiah Wynn back at left tackle. So I mean, this was a pretty good Dallas Cowboys defense that caused a lot of chaos for the New England Patriots. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, overall, my thoughts on the game is I thought this was a very good game. I think this is probably one of the best games I've watched all this year. Although it wasn't a lot of scoring and things like that, it was just like at certain points of the game, you thought Dallas was going to end up getting back into it. And then when that happens, New England ended up getting back into it. And then New England started making a little bit of clutch plays and things like that. So overall, this was a very good game. This was one of the best games in the NFL this season. I was very entertained, had me to the edge of my bed for mostly the whole entire game, man. This was a very good game. One of the better games of the season, without a doubt, man. And I mean, at the end of the day, I tried to tell everybody, there's no way you can convince me that Dak Prescott and Jason Garrett were going to go into Foxborough and upset the Patriots. There's no way I was going to believe that, man. So I mean, at the end of the day, Dallas, they still have the fourth seed, I believe, in the NFC playoff picture right now because Philadelphia lost today. So they still have a couple of games up on Philadelphia. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, not all is lost for Dallas. But at the end of the day, if Dallas makes it to the playoffs, I don't really see Dallas doing much of anything, just for the fact that they have yet to really beat a legitimate team this season, man. And every good team they faced, they haven't really done that well against. This is probably the best game against probably the best opponent Dallas has played so far this season, man. And this was a Dallas Cowboys team that barely beat the Lions the previous week. So, I mean, it was no way Dallas was going to go into Foxborough and upset the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots secondary played absolutely lights out. Amari Cooper got shut down. I mean, he absolutely got taken out of the game. So that's one of the best weapons that Dallas had that got taken out of the game. That's actually Dak Prescott's security blanket. Michael Gallup, he didn't really do that much as well. That's the Dallas Cowboys' second option. Randall Cobb had a nice play, and Ezekiel Elliott, he pretty much got bottled up as well. Didn't really have Ezekiel Elliott-like performance. But really, I think what really carried Dallas for the most part, what kept this game as close as it is, was the Dallas Cowboys defense. I mean, I know New England's offense has been struggling for most of the season, but I mean, Dallas defense was really, really good. I mean, they were able to get pressure on Tom Brady. They were getting stops inside the red zone. They were able to stop James White and Rex Burkhead, which is something that a lot of teams have not been able to do this season. And that's really hard to stop those two guys, man. It's really hard to stop James White and Rex Burkhead, those two running backs, because they normally do a lot of damage in the passing game for the New England Patriots. But Dallas basically took James White and Rex Burkhead out of the game when it came to making plays and the passing game. So I mean, Dallas defense played absolutely lights out. I think this was probably the best defensive performance I've seen out of Dallas this season so far, man. I mean, they were getting pressure on Tom Brady. They were getting stops in the red zone. So they had the blueprint to beat the Patriots. It's just that the offense just couldn't muster enough points to beat the Patriots, specifically in the red zone. If you want to beat the New England Patriots, the Dallas Cowboys did everything right to beat the New England Patriots besides one thing. And when you want to beat the New England Patriots, they got pressure on Tom Brady. They're able to stop Rex Burkhead and James White. But the most important thing that the Dallas Cowboys were not able to execute to beat the New England Patriots was they were unable to score points in the red zone. Instead of scoring touchdowns in the red zone, they were walking away kicking field goals and things like that. And when you if you want to beat the New England Patriots, you got to be able to find ways to score in the red zone. And the Dallas Cowboys were not able to do that, which is the reason why the New England Patriots ultimately ended up becoming the victor of that game and winning that game. So I mean, at the end of the day, it was a very entertaining matchup. But I mean, let's just be honest, it was no way that Jason Garrett and Dak Prescott were going to go on to Foxborough and beat the New England Patriots. I don't even know why people kept on making that claim like that was going to happen. Like, come on now, like, Come on, it's people that get paid more money than me to do this. And I mean, they're going on national television trying to convince people that the Dallas Cowboys are going to beat New England. Colin Cowherd said it. Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless said it. I mean, I understand Skip saying it, but Shannon Sharp, come on, man, you know better. Colin Cowherd, come on, man, you know better. It's guys who get paid more money than me doing the same thing I'm doing that knew doggone well that is no way that Dak Prescott and Jason Garrett were going to go into New England, go into Foxborough, and upset the New England Patriots with Dak Prescott and Jason Garrett as their head coach and the quarterback. There's no way that was going to happen, man. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. To beat New England, you have to be able to score in the red zone. And tell me when somebody that it's 9 people on here right now. Make sure to get those likes up. Let's try to get 5 likes on this live stream. But out of all you guys watching, tell me one good team that Dallas has beaten so far this season. I don't think you can name me one. They didn't beat Green Bay. They haven't beat Minnesota. So I mean, this is a Dallas Cowboys team that hasn't really beaten anybody. The best team Dallas has beaten has been the Philadelphia Eagles. And I mean, Philadelphia's on the outside looking in on the playoff front right now. So I mean, if Dallas makes it to the playoffs, I mean, they're going to lose in the wild card because there's no way you can tell me that this Dallas team is good enough to beat Seattle or Minnesota, regardless if it's at Jerry's World or on the road. There's no way you can convince me that Dallas is a good enough team to beat anybody in the NFC right now. And they're probably the worst team in the NFC playoffs right now, man. And this is a Dallas Cowboys team. The defense did really good, but the offense was just been pretty much lackluster, man. And that's the reason why they lost. I mean, New England shut down Dallas. They shut down Dallas. They shut down Zeke. They shut down Amari Cooper. They shut down Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had to go to other options, and they couldn't do that. Michael Gallup was their second best receiver on the team. He wasn't able to do that much. So, I mean, look, Dallas got shut down. There was no way that they were going to go on the road and beat New England. And for the fact that people were just insulting New England, trying to make it seem like New England is not a good team, it just makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. They're similar to the Eagles, JT. Do you agree? I wouldn't call the Dallas Cowboys the Eagles. The reason why I won't call the Dallas Cowboys similar to the Eagles is because the Eagles are a good team. They can just never stay healthy. I mean, it's basically the season's almost over, and basically almost the whole entire roster of Philadelphia is on injury reserve. If Philadelphia was able to stay at least 80% healthy for at least one season, I think Philadelphia would be leading in the NFC East right now. But I think that's a problem with Philadelphia. They just suffer too many injuries. But Dallas, on the other hand, man, I mean, Jason Garrett just isn't that kind of guy. He's just not the coach that can get you over the hump and beat a team like a New England at New England. Yeah, I had a hard time believing that, man. Like, it made no sense to me that guys getting paid more money to do this, getting paid millions of dollars to do this on TV, kept on trying to convince people and try to convince the audience and the people watching their show that Dallas was going to go on the road and beat New England. It just wasn't going to happen. The stats show, man. I mean, Dak Prescott, man, people try to consider this guy MVP candidate. Look, man, when everything is going right, he can win you games, but he can't win you big games on the road versus a team like in New England. Ezekiel Elliott got shut down. Ezekiel Elliott, to me, is the guy who deserves to be getting paid $40 million a year. He deserves to be making more money than Dak Prescott because Ezekiel Elliott is the offense. If Ezekiel Elliott isn't going, then I mean the Dallas Cowboys offense isn't going. Ezekiel Elliott is key. And what was New England able to do? They were stacking the box and they stopped Ezekiel Elliott for most of the game. So I mean, at the end of the day, it was no way. I don't know why people try to hype Dallas up like Dallas was going to go on the road at Foxborough and 37-degree weather with a little bit of snow and a little bit of rain pouring down, and you was going to convince me that Dallas was going to go on the road and beat New England. I was never sold. I don't know why the national media try to hype up Dallas like they were all that good when they struggled against Green Bay. They lost versus Green Bay, and they lost versus Minnesota. They lost to 2 of the best teams in the NFC. So there's no way Dallas showed me anything that they were going to go on the road and face New England Patriots. And also, they lost to the freaking Jets, man. I mean, come on, man. There's no way Dallas was going to go into New England and beat the Patriots on the road. I don't know why the media try to hype up the Dallas Cowboys like they were that good, like they were going to go into Foxborough and roll versus the New England Patriots. I was never buying the hype, man. That's why I kept on saying, do you really think Jason Garrett being the head coach and Dak Prescott being the quarterback is going to be enough to beat the New England Patriots? You really trust those two guys? No. You see, here's the thing. The Patriots just don't lose to anybody at home. You gotta be a special team with a good game plan and a good scheme that works to beat the Patriots. And the Dallas Cowboys don't have that, man. So yeah, that's it for my Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots post-game recap and analysis. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks